Okay, what's going on, everybody? We are here. We're alive. I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button because that's the most important thing you do for me on this channel. What it does, that helps make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get the notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm as well. Secondly, if you're new to the channel or maybe you've been ghost watching this channel for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And lastly, please make sure you follow me on Telegram at TD Media Group to help circumvent social media censorship and shadow banning. With the introduction out the way, let's get the stream started. Let's get it moving because I am most definitely in a rush tonight. As you all know, today was the committee hearing on sanctuary cities. There's a lot of clips going on around there showing these sanctuary city mayors being exposed, being hypocrites, and just being outright dishonest. I addressed one of those clips today concerning Byron Donalds and his line of questioning and how he made Brandon Johnson, the Emperor of the People's Republic of Chicago, look quite silly and look quite foolish. And a lot of the congressmen and women pointed out the fact that Brandon Johnson has a 6.6 approval rating. Nancy Mace is going to show that as well and poke fun at him about that as well. But concerning all of the line of questioning that we saw today, right? Concerning all of this, I felt that Nancy Mace actually gave the best line of questioning out of everyone because she asked a series of very simple yes or no questions. And then the fact that these mayors can't answer simple yes or no questions just really highlighted once again the dishonesty of these people and how dangerous they are to their city as well as how dangerous they are to the country as well. I understand that they're politicians and a politician can't always answer a yes or no question because they may be running for office. Let's say like Mayor Eric Adams in New York, who was extremely disappointing during this line of questioning because he wasn't answering anything. So I get it. At times, they just can't simply answer yes or no because it will be used as ammo against them. But the thing is this, as it pertains to being on the right side of history, as it pertains to mass deportation in America being approved to the rate of 60% as it pertains to the citizen population. American citizens approve mass deportation to the tune of 60%, right? That's a majority ruling in the United States. When we're talking about being on the right side of history concerning mass deportation and illegal immigration, the line of questioning that Nancy Mace is going to deliver to these mayors, to which all that's needed is a simple yes or no answer. The fact that you just can't answer yes or no and be on the right side of history when it comes to answering these questions correctly, once again, it just speaks volumes to who these people actually are and what they really stand for. So let's get into this right now. Let's look at this foolishness coming from these mayors.
All of the mayors here today are actively working to harm the American people you represent. You all have blood on your hands. I'm going to ask a series of yes or no questions today, and I would like to remind all of you, you are under oath. I only want a yes or a no to my questions. My first question, do you acknowledge breaking into our country as a crime? Mayor Adams, yes or no? Do you acknowledge breaking into our country as a crime?
I acknowledge.
Yes or no?
I acknowledge.
Okay, Honorable Johnson, he's not going to answer the question. Yes or no? Is breaking into our country against the law? Yes or no?
Depends how you cross the border.
Okay, Mayor
have
Johnson,
status.
yes or no?
Comprehensive immigration
that's not an
reform
answer.
policies
Mayor
are what's
Wu?
necessary in this
Mayor Wu,
moment.
do you have a better answer than these gentlemen before you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Michelle Wu sold them out. Michelle Wu, Mayor Wu out of Boston sold them out. They all were political with it. Comprehensive reform. Michelle Wu was like, yes. Next question, please. Oh man, she sold them out. She sold them out. But don't worry, she'll fall apart and go back to the regular DNC mode in just a moment.
Do you believe it's acceptable for illegals who commit heinous crimes be released back into the public instead of being detained and deported? Mayor Adams, yes or no?
Anyone break a crime?
Yes or no? This is not hard. Yes or no?
Anyone that break a crime should be detained.
Okay, Mayor. Yes or no?
They should be deported.
Okay, Mayor.
Any individual that
Yes or
causes
no?
harm
Yes or
and
no?
breaks
Okay,
the
Mayor
law
Wu?
should be held accountable.
This is why you have 6% approval rating, because you suck at answering questions. Mayor.
Oh, the Emperor of the People's Republic of Chicago was getting lit up with that all day today. All day today. Every congressman and congresswoman brought up the fact that that Brandon Johnson literally has an approval rating in Chicago of 6.6%. I just want to hear that one more time. You suck at questioning.
They should be deported.
Okay, Mayor.
Any individual that
Yes or
causes
no?
harm
Yes or
and
no?
breaks
Okay,
the law
Mayor Wu?
should be held accountable.
This is why you have 6% approval rating, because you suck at answering questions. Mayor Wu? Yes or no?
Anyone who's a public safety threat should be prosecuted.
All right, I have my next question. When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? Mayor Adams, yes or no?
Can we say that question again?
Okay, Mayor Johnston. When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? Yes or no?
I will charge and prosecute them.
Yes or no? Okay, well, okay. You said you would go to jail, didn't you?
I will
For
charge and
harboring illegal
prosecute
aliens
them.
or something, Mayor Johnson?
Could you repeat your question, please?
When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history?
Could you clarify that question?
Okay, Mayor Wu, yes or no?
No, rape is obviously
Then
horrible.
why are you letting rapists back out onto the streets of Boston?
That is not true. That is
Okay.
not what's happening in
when
Boston.
an illegal alien
That is 100% what's happening in Boston. For those of you who have been subscribed to this channel for any length of period of time, how many articles, how many ICE arrests have we gone through and have I covered where ICE is arresting an illegal immigrant who previously had committed an act of RAPE, violating a woman or child, just for them to have been released out onto the streets of Boston, despite an ICE detainer being placed on them and the Boston PD ignoring the ICE detainer. Boston specifically seems to have a very big problem with illegal immigrant criminal aliens that violate women and children, and they are always released out into the street. They catch them and then they release them, and it's left up to ICE to go find them. That is a bold-faced lie from Michelle. We have covered way too many ICE arrests and way too many articles that proves Nancy Mace true concerning what's going on in Boston. But I digress. Let's keep going. And also make sure you hit the like button. That's really important. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and follow me on Telegram at TD Media Group.
molests a kid, molests an underage kid, do you pat yourself on the back for being compassionate?
Let me rewind that back just a little bit so we can hear it better. Thought I had that bleeped out too.
It's not what's happening in
When
Boston.
an illegal alien molests a kid, molests an underage kid, do you pat yourself on the back for being compassionate? Mayor Adams?
It's despicable, and he should be arrested.
Mayor Johnston?
I prosecute folks that commit crimes like that.
You guys let him out on the streets. Mayor Johnson?
We arrest violent criminals in the city of Chicago.
Mayor Wu?
We investigate, arrest, and prosecute.
You guys don't sound very confident today.
They don't. And specifically going back to what Brandon Johnson said, how many of you remember the story that I covered and many other people covered as well, like on Fox News and whatnot, the two illegal immigrant criminal aliens who were arrested for trying to lure a 13-year-old girl into their vehicle in the neighborhood that they lived in. They were trying to lure a 13-year-old little girl into their car. They were arrested for that and released, of course, right? Thank you, Brandon Johnson, just for those two to go out and take the life of a 63, 64-year-old man. How many of you all remember that? These people are despicable.
Would your city honor an ICE detainer on an illegal alien who raped kids if one was issued today? Mayor Adams? Yes or no?
In conformance with law, we will honor detainers.
Mayor Johnson?
If there's a criminal warrant, we'll help them pick them up. If there's no criminal warrant, we'll honor a notification request.
Mayor Johnson?
Criminal warrants, we always cooperate with federal agents with a criminal warrant.
Mayor Wu?
Get a criminal warrant, we will enforce.
I want you to see how disingenuous they're being because they keep saying with a criminal warrant. When ICE puts out a detainer for an illegal immigrant that any of these police departments have in custody, ICE does not have a criminal warrant out against them, because for them to have a criminal warrant out against them means that they have committed a federal crime. Now, I get it. We all know crossing the border illegally is a federal crime, right? But that doesn't, for some reason, that doesn't equate to having a criminal warrant out for your arrest. So no, none of them have a criminal warrant out for their arrest. When ICE issues a detainer, they simply see in the system, hey, we see that you have a violator of women and a violator of children in your possession. Hold on to them so that we can pick them up. And what do the police departments of all these cities do? They say, no, we're going to release them back to the public again. So they're being very disingenuous, but at the same time being very strategic when they're saying, well, if there's a criminal warrant, they know there is no criminal warrant, but they're releasing these people out into the public anyway, telling ICE, well, hey, catch them if you can.
A criminal warrant. I'm talking about an ICE detainer on an individual who's here illegal who raped kids. Do you all hate Donald Trump more than you love your country? Mayor Adams?
I respect my president. I respect my
Yes
country,
or no?
and I
You're having the
respect
hardest time
my
today.
Senate.
Mayor John?
He was having the hardest time. Like I said, Eric Adams really disappointed me today. He really disappointed me today, given the fact that he worked so closely with Tom Homan, concerning, snatching up criminal illegal immigrant aliens. And a lot of people say that Eric Adams has changed his tune concerning illegal immigration. He hasn't changed his tune. He supports sanctuary cities. He's not opposed to sanctuary cities. The cop in him, though, does want to cooperate with ICE to arrest criminal illegal immigrant aliens that are committing crime and get them deported. This is something that he has stood on throughout the entire time that Biden was in office. He has always wanted to make amendments to the sanctuary city laws so that the police can work with ICE. So once again, when you're talking about somebody like Eric Adams, it was really disappointing to see and hear him be political. Like, once again, I get it. He's running for re-election for mayor in New York City. So he's trying not to, I guess, incriminate himself, I guess. But you're literally on the right side of history with what you're doing in New York. So why are you politicizing this, making yourself look bad? He's making himself look. Eric Adams made himself look really bad throughout this line of questioning here. He really looked the worst out of everybody.
Johnston?
I love my country.
Yes or no?
I love my
Okay.
country.
Mayor Johnson?
As the son of a pastor, I love everyone and this country.
Mayor?
Did you hear that? I think that was Nancy Mace. When he, don't you hate when they just like in a very disrespectful fashion bring God into it? As the son of a pastor, I love everyone. Listen to right when Brandon Johnson said, as a son of a pastor, you're going to hear, listen to this. Listen.
You're having the hardest time today.
Senate.
Mayor Johnston?
I love my country.
Yes or no?
I love my
Okay.
country.
Mayor Johnson?
As the son of a pastor, I love everyone and this country.
Mayor Will?
I love my country and my city.
Do you all, are you all willing to go to jail for violating federal law? Mayor Adams?
I'm not going to violate federal law, so I don't have to worry about that.
Mayor Johnston?
We don't violate federal law either.
You don't violate federal law.
We do not violate federal law.
Is it violating federal law if you don't honor detainer requests from ICE?
Absolutely not. In fact, the statute Congressman Biggs shared, we explicitly follow. The statute says you cannot prohibit city employees from sharing information about someone's status with the government. We do not prohibit that.
Do you love illegal aliens more than you love your fellow countrymen?
I love all the residents of the city and county.
Mayor Johnston, are you willing to go to jail for violating federal law?
The city of Chicago complies with all laws.
Oh, I highly doubt that. Mayor Wu?
We are not violating federal law.
Mayor Wu, I have a last couple questions for you. Do you believe that ICE arresting a child rapist, quote, threatens everyone's safety, end quote? Yes or no?
No.
Does ICE arresting a MS-13 gang member threaten everyone's safety? Yes or no?
No.
I would like to hold up this quote of you where you say ICE's efforts actually threaten the safety of everyone, end quote, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu. You're a hypocrite. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
Checkmate. Oh, Nancy Mace, AKA Michael Eric Dyson's wannabe girlfriend because he got caught up sliding in her text messages. He hit her with a checkmate. Hit her with a checkmate. Once again, man, when you just can't answer yes or no to a line of questioning as simple as this, it just speaks volumes about how dishonest these people are, how hypocritical these people are, like she just exposed Michelle Wu to be, and how much they prioritize illegal immigrants over the citizen population. That question that she asked coming towards the end, do you hate Donald Trump more than you love your country? That was such a good question, because how many times have we discussed that here? We discuss it literally every day, honestly. It's every day we talk about this. How these people, they despise Trump so much, the Democrats, that it has put them egregiously out of line with the American people, because Donald Trump has ran and won an election on common sense. And because their hate for Trump is so strong, they defy common sense at any and all costs. They stand on the complete opposite aisle of common sense just to be opposed to Donald Trump. And if that's what you're doing, that truly goes to show that you hate Donald Trump more than you love your country. These people don't love their country, and not as much as they hate Donald Trump. And I'll leave it with that. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today, man. Shout out to my man Saul coming through as he always does. He said, I tried watching it. Apparently, migrants have lowered crime in sanctuary cities. All mayors brought up sob stories instead of deporting criminals, right? They swear up and down, because I've been watching it. It was 6 hours long. So I was watching it on and off throughout the day. And they swear up and down that illegal immigrants are like reducing crime in their cities, which is just crazy. You know, they swear up and down by it without any data to support it. Shout out to my man Untried Genius who said Michael Eric Dyson's sneaky link. Yeah, he tried it. He tried it. And Nancy Mace exposed him. She exposed him for sneaking all in his comment section, or sneaking all in her text message as a married man, after calling her like a white supremacist racist on CNN. But anyways, like I said, this was a quick show. I just wanted to get this one out the way before the day ends. There's so many clips like this that we can go through. I literally could sit here for literally hours on end if we went through everything that happened at this committee hearing. But like I said, this line of questioning to me, in compared to what everybody else was asking, what everybody else talked about, to me, this was the most important line of questioning. Because like I said, when you just can't answer a simple yes or no question, it just speaks volumes about you, right? So with all that being said, thank you all for joining me today. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and follow me on Telegram at TD Media Group. Telegram. The link to my Telegram's in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you all for your time, and I will catch you guys live tomorrow morning. Peace and have a great evening.